Alright, welcome everyone to a new Tuesday review here. Another Tuesday review with a game called Dark Devotion. A game I've not yet fully completed, which is usually what I try to do before doing a review video. But in a game like this, I don't know how long or if I ever will fully complete the game because of the nature of the game itself. Now this game is a Souls-like platformer. So it's a pixel art, 2D Souls-like game. And it also has some roguelike elements to it, which I'll get into in a minute there. It's not fully a roguelike, it's not procedurally generated. There is a definite map that you follow. You can actually check the map and see where you have been and where you haven't been. Or at least, see the areas that you've been and how to navigate them again. But when you die, you do get reset back to the beginning. So I'm not going to start a new game like I usually do. I'm going to go into the game I have been playing and kind of give you an idea as far as what's going on here. So basically you play as a Templar, basically. You are a Templar, and in a world where Templars are a bit, I guess, questionable in their methods and their tactics, very cruel and brutal, and you're basically trying to explore this underground area. Now, I will tell you, control-wise, it might take a little bit of getting used to. A lot of games, they're platformers, you have like the buttons on the Xbox controller that are used for attacking and such. So the A button is used to switch between your two different weapon sets or equipment sets that you may happen to be using. You can switch those back and forth, so they're using a slower two-handed, faster one-handed, faster weapon to slower weapon, whatever it happens to be. You can switch between those. So X is to interact, the B button is to dodge, but so is the trigger button. B button is more of a smart dodge, so whatever way you're pushing or moving will dodge that direction. Right shoulder button dodges to the right, left shoulder button dodges to the left. So no matter which way you're actually pushing the directional pad, or not directional pad, the joystick. That's another thing, is it's not directional pad to move, it's the joystick to move. Directional pad will use items that appear down below the equipment that you see. They'll appear down below with the appropriate directional button on them to indicate what part of the directional pad to use the different items. So again, the control scheme is a little bit different. There is no way to remap it. You have to basically just live with the control scheme. Up above you have your health and armor. And this game is a bit different than most other Souls-like games, where you basically fight and you gain experience, you upgrade your stamina, upgrade your health. This works on a armor health system where the first hits you take will actually deplete your armor. And then once your armor is depleted, it'll deplete your health. Now you always have those 2 health and generally 2 armor to start with. I have an upgrade that actually gives me an additional 3 armor at all times, so that's kind of a nice little boost. You will find different armor in the game that you can equip, will give you more armor. You will find different... In the equipment here, you see like on the bottom, on the left, is the last piece of equipment is a little black emblem, black totem type thing. That's what indicates how much health you have. And you'll find other ones that will give you bonuses and potentially more health, give you different bonuses. That's how you get more health in the game. Every time you die, your equipment is completely stripped and you restart at the beginning. You do, on the upper right corner, these little like purple orb things that you use to get and unlock various bonuses. These you unlock by defeating certain bosses. I'm still working on beating Jezebel. I'm actually able to get to her now. It's just she's a pain in the butt. First you start with being able to unlock these, and everything else is locked to you. Once you unlock so many underneath here, then this is unlocked, and you can choose any of these to unlock. Once you unlock so many overall of these 2, then the next one gets unlocked, and so on and so on. You know, these, as you unlock more, like I have to unlock 5 more to unlock the last tier. Now you can't equip all of these bonuses. You can only equip 1 from each row, so it does limit you in the amount of bonuses that you can actually put on your character. So again, different boons, perks. Now underneath them, as you play the game, if you take damage or just under certain conditions, you will actually get negative stats. There is a way, it's like a surgical tool to remove those, and it's quite gory sounding or painful sounding, like she's actually performing surgery on herself. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. This is kind of check progress over here to see what you've unlocked as far as any additional increases. Oh yeah, kneel down. Okay, so I've unlocked by finding a few of these runes, rune stones basically. You can either increase your crit chance, your damage, your stamina, or your faith. I found 4, so half the stamina increases, 2 of the faith ones, 1 crit chance, 1 damage. You find these by taking different paths, by exploring, by navigating properly. Like if you miss an area, you can always kind of go back from the beginning, because again, this has a very roguelike progression to it, while not being a roguelike. But this kind of gives you, showing you, okay, how many you've gotten, how many are still available to find, all these different things to increase, just to make your character a little more powerful each time. Again, not incredibly so, because you will still have to be good at dodging, know when to attack, not to deplete your stamina too much that you end up not being able to dodge or attack and just take a bunch of damage. This is our blacksmith guy. Every time we go through, we'll occasionally find, I believe it's green glowing weapons or armor. And as we do quests for this guy with the scroll over here, we're currently on a quest for him, we'll unlock different items, usable items that we can also get. So if I talk to him, so this is my current equipment set right now that we have. Your faith, which is in the bottom left corner there, where it has like the 90 and it has the winged thing on top of the meter. That is your total faith. You start out with, I think it's 50. That's used for casting spells. Also used for unlocking areas too, unlocking certain items, unlocking certain doors. You also get some faith by defeating enemies. You get faith by taking damage too. So once I do that, I just select the check, and the smith makes these armor and weapons for me. That's how you actually kind of get armor and weapons that you can start an area with, that you can actually keep. Otherwise, you go into an area with just absolutely nothing. You have to kind of just go in and fight. You start with, he can give you like a really weak sword, and that's about it. So you start by entering the ancient dungeon, and you just kind of start from the beginning, progress through. Eventually what you'll do is you'll find teleports that you'll be able to, if you die, you can teleport like right to that sort of checkpoint area. And that's this portal right here. You find this portals that you open, teleport points. So you can go in here, go back to the area that you unlock the teleport, which is a little further, further progression in the levels. So you don't have to fight your way all the way back to where you were. As you go, you will also unlock openings to other areas. The Den of Corrupted Nature, where I'm currently trying to get through at the moment. So over here we have the Afflicted Village, another area that I have gained access to that I can get to. There is also the Putrid Sewers, which is like kind of a new area that I've unlocked access to. Do unlock new areas you can kind of go into. I have an item on me right now that you get at some point, and it allows you to go through the game and not fight bosses you previously defeated. Because in this game, unless you have that item, you will have to fight bosses who you have already beaten, because they will respawn. So you will have the joy of beating bosses over and over again. That's just something you'll have to live with, unless you have this item. The other function of the item is to teleport you back here, but it is as though you died. So you don't keep all your acquired weapons and armor that aren't new recipes for the blacksmith, you basically lose all that and you lose your progression. Some weapons, they have like a wind up to them, like the sword. There's like a backswing before the swing. Some weapons are faster when they attack. That's just the nature of the weapons. You get used to them. It's just getting used to how your weapons are supposed to work. And story-wise, it gives you a little bit of story at the beginning when you start the game. Push up to go indoors. Yeah, also when you go into like a door in an area, you will not be able to go back. So once you go through a door that's in the back there to a new area, you cannot go to the previous area, so make sure you've gone to all the areas you want to go to. Also watch your drops too, because, well, I'm being terrible here, hold on. So we got hit, and that kind of shows you we got like a status effect here. Enemies do have some like knockback effect to them. Let's see. Hold down and X to pick up items here. There's alternate paths down here, so roll away. Watch our stamina. Honestly, it doesn't take too much getting used to the controls. Like once you get into it, once you kind of play around for a bit, you do get used to it. I mean, I've been able to beat a few bosses, and I'm not super huge into Souls-like games, but this one I've actually kind of enjoyed. And here's an example. So we have this, and get some more of these, and I can use it real quick, but it doesn't replenish the armor in the gold. It only replenishes the armor in silver. So that's, you know, that bonus armor I can't get back once it's gone, but it's a nice cushion when you have it. All right, so faith, we hold Y. This requires 20 faith, so we give up 20 of our faith. And that unlocks this door, which unlocks a switch. So it says the platform is now moving. So we have the option of, we can go into this door and go to that next section. Yeah, so we can either go to the door up top or this down here. We have a moving platform. Bam, there it is. Well, the thing I didn't say is left trigger, if you don't have a shield, it will actually just be dodge. If you have a shield or spell tome, it will be to cast your spell, like Toxic Cloud. You go through again, find a new path, find new items, watch out for drops down there. You can duck down and it will kind of look down and show you, hey, stuff's down there, be careful. So take advantage of that when you play this game. Now we can unlock this portal. I'm not sure I really want to. This example of the portal, that if you use this, you can't teleport back with this, but it creates a checkpoint for you to teleport to. So now you don't have to go through and fight in those previous areas that you fought. Now you can go do that if you want to try different progression. That's an option as well, but you don't have to if you want to just teleport right back here and just continue where you left off. But yeah, that's the game. Honestly, I'm gonna say this game is fun. I'm actually enjoying it, even with the different controls. It's a little bit of getting used to, but I really like this game. I kind of want to play it and see if I can get through the whole game. I'm not the best at Souls-like games, but I am actually having fun. So yeah, this is a really enjoyable game. It's kind of a fun game. I'll probably continue playing this game and see if I can completely get through it. I'd say it's worth your time. It's about 20 bucks, and for the amount of time you'll spend getting through this game, you're not going to breeze through this game. You're not going to beat this in just like one sitting. Unless you're like super good at games, it's not going to happen. It's worth the money as far as the time you'll spend actually playing this game. Definitely worth your time and consideration if you're into games like this. That's all I have to say about this game. Thank you so much for watching this. I do appreciate you. Standard YouTube stuff, you know. If you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, subscribe, like or dislike, comment. I do reply. You know the spiel. Appreciate you. You guys are amazing. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay awesome, and we'll see you then.